Hello and welcome to National Focus for Thursday, November 21, 2024. I am Julian Morris. In the headlines, Dominica confers its highest national award on India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Dominica celebrates World Fisheries Day. And the Ministry of Education satisfied with construction of the Bellevue-Chopin and the Tetmon primary schools. The details of the headline stories and more when we return. Welcome back. President of Dominica, Her Excellency Silvani Burton, has conferred the highest national award, the Dominica Award of Honor, on India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his support to Dominica during the COVID-19 pandemic and his commitment to strengthening India and Dominica ties. The award ceremony was held on Wednesday on the sidelines of the second India-CARICOM Summit in Georgetown, Guyana.
In 2021, during the darkest days of the COVID-19 pandemic, your generous provision of 70,000 AstraZeneca vaccines became a lifeline for Dominica. This act transcended a donation. It was a powerful reminder that true leadership knows no borders. It enabled us to protect our people and also allowed us to extend aid to our Caribbean neighbors who are still awaiting relief.
The Indian Prime Minister dedicated the honor to the people of India and the deep-rooted historical and cultural ties between India and Dominica.
It has been a matter of deep satisfaction for India that we could help the people of Dominica in times of crisis like the COVID pandemic.
कैरिकॉम क्षेत्र में डोमिनिका हमारा बहुमूल्य पार्टनर है.
Dominica is also a valuable partner in the CARICOM region. We are committed to taking our relations to new heights in the times to come.
आज दिए गए सम्मान से हमारी यह जिम्मेदारी.
The honor bestowed upon me today further increases our responsibility.
Prime Minister the Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit has also acknowledged India's leadership on the issue of climate change.
We have been watching, and under your stewardship, initiatives like the International Solar Alliance have championed renewable energy and also empowered smaller nations like ours to dream of a sustainable future. Your unwavering advocacy for climate finance justice has given voice to nations most vulnerable to the wrath of climate change. Dominica, too, stands on the front lines of this battle, and your leadership in this arena resonates deeply with our mission to become the world's first climate resilient nation.
Dominica joins the wider world in celebrating World Fisheries Day today. The goal of World Fisheries Day is to raise awareness on fisheries-related matters. These include life and livelihoods, small coastal fishing communities, the benefits of including fish in the daily diet. Activities leading up to World Fisheries Day began at Soufrière Scotshead Marine Reserve.
We have a local area management authority here which is responsible for ensuring that illegal activities do not take place in the marine environment. We also have the local area management authority encouraging persons in the coastal community to reduce, to reuse, to recycle, to make sure that they dispose of their garbage properly and to ensure that they support the fisherfolk in their daily venture out at sea to ensure that while we fish to protect our families and the wider public, we also ensure that we push sustainability and conservation.
Part of the mission is to foster a greater appreciation of and care for the environment in coastal communities. The Fisheries Division has engaged St. Luke's, Soufriere and Newtown primary schools in this venture.
We engage them because the youth are the generation of tomorrow, and they have a large force and a large contribution when it comes towards conservation. The school children are the ones that go back home and they inform their friends and their families. They are the ones that the family take out to the beach, and so we teach them about conservation, we teach them about why they should protect the marine environment, and we help boost, the attraction that they have towards the environment.
The Dominica Youth Business Trust, DYBT, has embarked on a week-long celebration of innovation, resilience and the spirit of entrepreneurship in observance of Global Entrepreneurship Week. This week's focus is on celebrating entrepreneurship in a special way, promoting, encouraging and highlighting entrepreneurs across the world.
This year, under the theme, Entrepreneurship is for Everyone, we are set to showcase the resilience, creativity and determination of our dynamic entrepreneurs who continue to make a significant contribution to our nation's prosperity. The activities planned for this week add to the more than 1,000 activities planned globally in celebration of Global Entrepreneurship Week. This week promises to be an inspiring journey as we collectively shine spotlight on the boundless potential of our nation's young minds.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Youth and Community Development, Honorable Oscar George, said entrepreneurs represent one of the most important sectors in Dominica's economy.
As we all know, small, micro and medium-sized entrepreneurs play a critical role in driving innovation and economic growth. They are also the first to introduce new products and services to our markets, which can lead to increased competition, job creation, and economic advancement. And just to put this into some context, studies have shown that when someone makes a purchase of $100 from a small entrepreneur, it is estimated that on average, about 68% of that stays within the local economy.
Global Entrepreneurship Week is celebrated across the world under the Global Entrepreneurship Network. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy has imported a total of 1,160 bags of the Spunta and Desiree varieties of white potato for planting this season. The white potato planting season will begin in December to March 2025. About 125 farmers are expected to plant over 40 acres of the crop.
These two varieties will be on island. We come November month end, the container with the seed should arrive. And then, as you know, there is a short period for quarantine and testing of those seeds because, yes, we get a health certificate from the exporter, but this is something that we still have to undertake internally to ensure that farmers get the best grade of seeds.
Farmers are encouraged to pre-order their seeds.
Speaking for Extension Officer, you come to the office and you state your details in terms of the number of bags you want and the area of planting. So this would assist us to assist you in terms of land preparation, the tilling exercise. As you know, potato is a short-term crop, but it's high intensity in terms of machinery and manual labor. So this is what we are encouraging, not in terms of us wanting to sell the potatoes, but to make sufficient preparation for farmers, because tilling was one of the hindrances we noticed in our post-mortem of last year's season.
The ministry is looking forward to a bountiful harvest this season.
We are looking really and truly forward to a bountiful harvest of white potatoes. We are looking to engage small farmers and, of course, our large commercial farmers who want to do extensively, as we've seen farmers like Steve Lequent, Julian Theophile, and others do, even in the west, the northeast region in Wesh. We've seen a number of farmers undertake planting of the white potatoes.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return. Welcome back. Wesley High School tops a public speaking competition on disaster risk management. Kuvia John reports.
The Wesley High School emerged victorious in the Office of Disaster Management ODM's public speaking competition held on Friday, November 15. The event, organized by the Ministry of National Security and Legal Affairs through the ODM, challenged students to deliver speeches on the topic of disaster risk management. The Wesley High School took first place with a total of 502 points. Cassibro Secondary came in second with 499 points, while the Orion Academy came in third with 490 points. The other participating schools included the Dominica Grammar School, Pierre Charles Secondary, and the St. Martin Secondary School. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Planning, Vocational Training and National Excellence, Mr. Robert Gist, says this topic is important for the youth as their involvement in disaster risk management is critical.
By learning about risk management at an early stage, you students develop a greater understanding of the world around us, and you will gain practical skills that could one day save your lives and the lives of your loved ones. That is why it is essential that disaster preparedness becomes a core part of your education. We know that the knowledge shared with you has a multiplier effect because you will tell your parents, and your parents will tell your parents, and you will tell everybody else, and you will tell your friends. We know that you are going to bring your lessons home. We're hoping that your parents are actually helping you with your research as you prepare for this competition. Through that, you will be building a community that is aware and prepared and resilient.
Project Manager of the International Organization for Migration, IOM, Ms. Viola Pascal, says the competition will aid in building the capacity of the youth in disaster risk management.
This event today is one way in which the IOM works with communities and national governments to empower and build the capacity of youths to take their place in addressing disaster management issues. Youths provide a powerful conduit for raising awareness on all forms of hazards and are the agents of change on how society can adapt through effective mitigation strategies to limit impact and reducing threats to our human security.
Minister for National Security and Legal Affairs, Honorable Reuben Blackmore, says the youth must be involved in order to build a resilient nation.
The people have to themselves be prepared. And that is why it is so important to get involved within the ODM perspective, to go out to the various communities, targeting the schools, and ensuring that people are educated on the manner in which they should respond to public hazards, and your responsibility to clean your drains, to cut your overhangs, and to stop dumping white goods in natural water courses. And people take the fridges and just throw it in a ravine. And and some people hot stuff. The homes are filled with white goods, and the yards, you can hardly walk in the yard. All these swings a potential hazard. In the event you have a serious wind.
Meanwhile, Junior Program Officer Ms. Joyanne Coppell says leading up to the competition, the ODM held numerous outreaches with the various schools to interact with the students.
The school visits were a resounding success, and they served as a foundation for this event we are witnessing today. It is incredibly heartening to see these same students now stepping forward as participants of a public speaking competition. They have embraced the challenge of using their voices to raise awareness about disaster risk reduction, and I have no doubts that we will hear some thought-provoking and innovative ideas from them today. As we move forward with the competition, I encourage everyone to listen closely to the young speakers. They represent the next generation of thinkers, problem solvers, and leaders who will drive the efforts to make Dominica a resilient country in the face of natural disasters.
Kuvia John for the Government Information Service.
The Ministry of Education is satisfied with progress on the construction of the Bellevue Chopin and the Tetmon primary schools. The schools, both of which were damaged by Hurricane Maria, are part of the China Aid project under which 6 schools will be constructed and rehabilitated by the Chinese government. Minister for Education, Honorable Octavia Alfred, led a small delegation on a visit to the construction site on Wednesday.
I am happy about the progress that we are making. I realize sometimes the weather is a hindrance up here, but I think the work is progressing well, and we are on time. There are some things that we need to do that we will get done so that we can move. We are just realizing we may have to move our posts a little so that to facilitate the work. So Dominica is working with us for that, and other than that, things are going well.
Member of Parliament for the Pilit-Savan constituency, Honorable Julian Defoe, is also pleased with the progress of the project. He says this project will be critical for the development of the constituency's youth.
This is a modern school being constructed with amenities and functions and services that did not exist in the previous school. So of course the children is going to have that added advantage for their own learning capability that did not the environment did not provide for before. So these two very important aspects of development of the school will do very well for the children, and I am sure that we will see that the outcome when the children start to attend the school in the new environment.
Meanwhile, project engineer Mr. Jack Yan gave an overview of the project.
Now we are proceeding the foundation works. During that side, we have complete 20% the entire project. For this set, we are backfilling now, and we are going to now we are going to set the scaffolding for structural works for the ground floor, and we have employed 150 employees in entire project, and we're going to hire more employees as the project goes.
The delegation also visited the site of the Tetmon Primary School.
Tetmon is on track. We are on time. We are working within the given timeline. The foundation work is almost completed, and work is ongoing. So I'm satisfied with what I see, and as you heard from the contractor, things are rolling well in Tetmon. Of course, there are some few things we need to do. We maybe need to create bigger access because we're going to have some bigger trucks coming to the site. So this is something we will look at, but other than that, Tetmon is on track. So again, I want to thank the Chinese government for sponsoring this project, which will mean so much to our children and the development of our human resource.
Approximately 150 workers are employed on this project.
We have almost complete 10% for Tetmon Primary School. Now we are backfilling the foundations, and we have proceeded well as the schedule. Now we have employed 150 employees for the entire project. Currently for here about 2. We are going to employ more as the project proceeds.
And that's news. Now for your weather update. A surface trough is expected to result in occasional cloudy skies with a few showers and a slight chance of isolated thunderstorms during the next 12 to 24 hours. Daytime heating and relatively light winds could enhance shower and thunderstorm activity, particularly over northern and eastern communities. People in areas prone to flooding, landslides and falling rocks should be on alert and should exercise caution. Slight to moderate seas are expected during the next 24 hours, with waves now expected to peak to 5 feet. However, long-period swells could increase wave energy in coastal waters today. Small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise some caution. Today's hurricane tip: build an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. Be sure to follow GIS Dominica on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitter. You can also drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm. From all of us here on the GIS News Production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching.